Today we have a very different video, and it's going to be a quick one as well, but I couldn't resist. I bought this Ferrex soldering iron from Aldi. Anybody who's not watching, who's not in the UK, Aldi is like a cheaper supermarket here in the UK. It was £10. I couldn't resist. We're going to open it, have a quick look at it. I've got some stuff I need to solder. We'll see how it works. Is it going to be great or is it going to be crap? We'll find out. But it saves you having to buy it, or if it's brilliant, then go and get it. £10, you can't go wrong. So you get this nice little case, as you can see. You can open it up here. And inside, warranty card, don't need that. Instruction manual, don't need that. You actually get 2 soldering irons. Solder, which I don't know what the quality's going to be like, but I probably won't be using this. I've got my own solder, so I'll be using that. You get some solder grease, which is like a flux, which is pretty cool. Anybody who's not used to soldering or just starting soldering, flux will help make it a little bit easier, but don't use too much or you'll just get a mess everywhere. You can get some desoldering braid. This isn't really used in our hobby in RC, but people using on electronics and things like that. It just helps you clean up any spilt solder or anything like that. You place the braid onto the actual solder and then heat up from the above, and it'll soak up any solder that you don't want. This one is the 80 watt. It's quite a big beast. I suppose if you're soldering like max 5s or any big things like that, it might work, but I reckon this is more for heavy duty stuff. It goes up to 80 watts. You can't change the wattage. It is set wattage at 80 watts, but it's a bloody big thing, but you know, it's all right. Just plugs in, plug and play. And to change your solder tip, you just unscrew there and unscrew there. This is one I will be using. It's a smaller one, comes with a little solder tip. I like the flat ones better, but we'll use this. It's usable. Again, it's just plug and play, and this is a 25 watt, so it should be enough for what we're doing. Soldering wire, 10 gauge should work absolutely fine, but we should give it a go. Feels quite nice in your hand, to be fair. It does just plug in, so again, can't change the actual temperature or anything like that. I'll put a link below with all the tech specs, the temperatures and stuff like that. You get this little stand as well for it, so just lift that up like that. If you've got a work table or something, you could screw it in. It's got little holes there. Put that there, put your solder on there, and there you go. So I have got something to solder. I need to take off this Dean's connector here off this ESC, which is not working, and I need to put it onto here. So I need to desolder this, desolder the Deans, and then put the Deans onto this. So it's quite a good test, really. I'll be using this solder, which is a 6337, so 63% tin, 37% lead, and does have some built-in flux in it as well. It's good quality. I'll put a link to know where you can buy this from. It's very reasonable here in the UK. So I think what we'll do, we'll start by desoldering this off here and see how it works. Well, I'll tell you what, that only took about a minute to heat up. So we've got a bit of solder on there. Let's just put it onto here and let's just heat this up and see how easy it comes off. There we go. Well, I'll tell you what, that you soldered very quickly, did that. So that's good, good start. There we go. Wow. Wow. I'm impressed so far. I really am. Just put a bit more soldering on here. Let's see how quickly this is going to be a bit more of a challenge because it's a lot thicker, obviously, as you can see. So Okay. Very impressed so far. There you go. Wow. Okay, so that came off very quickly as well. But this is going to be the biggest test, is soldering it back on. Let's get my heat shrink on first. Can't be forgetting that. This gauge wire is probably not perfect to put it on Dean, so don't shout at me and say that's the wrong gauge wire. I know, but it'll work. Right, let's get the negative on first. So, you know what, it feels quite nice in your hand as well. I thought it was going to feel a bit too big, but it's not too bad at all. So let's just tin this up. Put some more tinning on the actual. There we go. Soldered on there nicely. It's not the best soldering I've ever done in my life, but Deans are always a bit difficult to do, but that is actually soldered on there. And yeah, absolutely fine. Alright. Very impressed with the soldering iron. Not impressed with my soldering today. It's not the best, like I say, but Deans are always a bit of a nightmare to do. And I'm using too thick a gauge of wire as well, but you know, they're my excuses anyway. Right, let's get this live wire. I'll solder. But I'm actually really impressed with this soldering iron. Yeah, I must admit, it's it heats up, it's just the right temperature, but it's working really well. Really well. Might just try a little bit of a flux. So I'm just going to put some solder in here. Just dip it in here. See if it makes it any easier. Probably not, but we'll see how this one. Oh God. We'll see how this one goes on now. Right, well, as you can see, it's not the best soldering in the world. Let's try and get that to, as you can see, it is certainly not the best solder in the world, but it's not a dry solder, it is a wet solder, which means you can tell it's quite shiny. It's really made a very good. I'm pulling that really hard, that's not going anywhere. It's not shorting either, so yeah, very impressed with that. Not my soldering, as I say, but impressed with the how it works. And I'll stick these on here and I'll get them melted on. I'll do that off camera, but yeah, okay, that's done. So yeah, overall I'm very impressed with this. It feels nice in the hand. The plastic's not getting too hot at all, so that's good. It's not transferring the heat. The solder tip itself, what's on there, is not probably my favourite design, but it, you know, it works. But it's heating up nice and quickly. It's working well. Yeah, it's. We'll see how long the solder tip actually lasts for. But if you want a very cheap soldering gun, £10, you can't go wrong. Do I recommend it? Hell yeah. For £10 you can't go wrong. Hope you found that useful. Obviously, don't do what I do. My soldering skills are not the best in the world. I enjoy soldering, but I'm not at home at the moment, so I've not got all the correct tools that I need to do a proper job. But it's soldered on and it's not going anywhere, so, and it's safe. That's the main thing. But yeah, remember when you're soldering, ventilated area, keep those windows open, get a good quality solder. I wouldn't recommend using the solder that does come with it, but yeah, get some good solder with some lead content in it. It makes all the difference. So yeah, take care. Thank you for watching. Any questions, comments, just put them below, as long as it's not about my dodgy soldering. Take care. Goodbye.